Hi, welcome to today's yoga. We're going to do a little bit of spinal health, some twists and stretching out just for the little torso left. So you may want an optional strap. We're just going to put it off to the side for now. If you don't have one, not a big deal. So when you're ready, we're going to start in Shavasana, calming down, just letting our cells relax and melt here. Letting all our muscles go. Just seeing how the spine feels and how it morphs to the mat. Just taking a few calming breaths here. In through the nose and out through the nose if possible. If not, just keep your breath nice and steady. Breathing however is comfortable for you. Keep it slow and gentle here today. We're just going to walk our feet up, bending the knees, and walk our feet out mat width apart. We're just going to windshield wiper here, slowly dropping the knee to the right. Inhaling back to center, exhaling the knees over to the left. Letting the hips lift off, doing their own thing here. Going at your own pace, where it feels good for your backs. Just in that nice lower sacral area. Let's do one more for each side. And when you're ready, bring the knees back to center. We're going to make sure we walk the feet hip width apart here. Just rooting down. And we're just going to focus on a few tucking and tilting of the pelvis. We're going to take a nice big inhale. We're going to lift, just curl the tailbone up, engaging the core, lifting it up so the whole lower back comes to the mat. And as I exhale, I'm going to press my hips to the ground as I lift my back up just enough so I can get underneath. Inhaling, tucking up, core is tight. Maybe lift the hips just a little bit. Exhale, dipping down. You can bring your hands to your rib cage here if you'd like. Let's do one more inhale up. Exhale, tilt down. Good, and find somewhere nice and neutral here for your spine. This is where if you've got your strap, you may want to grab it. So we inhale, we're going to lift the right leg straight to the sky. You can also grab underneath that right leg here. Flexing the foot and just taking a few inhales so you can keep the knee nice and soft. We're just starting out here. Taking a nice big exhale as you pull a little deeper. Inhaling to release slightly. Going a little bit here at your own pace. Always deepening on those exhales. Releasing on the inhales. Give me 3 more breaths on your own pace. Maybe slowly starting to straighten that leg just a little bit more, not locking it out. Let's do one last deep and hold it deep here. I'm going to straighten the left leg now and just see how that changes that stretch, makes it a little more intense. If you've got a strap, you're going to bring the strap, both of them into your left hand, right hand comes down. Otherwise, the hand's been the outside of the leg. As we take our next exhale, we're going to pull that right leg across the left side of the body, lifting up the hip, keeping the right shoulder on the mat. So, going deeper, you can bring the gaze to the right. Melting on those exhales. If you don't have the strap, you can always hold the leg up. Take 2 more big breaths here. Nice, slow and deep. Rotating right from the hips, the spine. Last breath. Good. Inhale, bring the leg back up. Release your hand or your strap, bend the right knee. And inhale, lift that left leg up, straightening it. Either grabbing behind the leg or looping the strap as you flex the foot. Take your next exhale, pull a little deeper. Inhale to release. Using your breath here again, focusing on lengthening out right from the heel all the way to where your hip socket is right in that hip. Exhaling, pull deeper. Inhaling to release. Give me 2 more breaths here, keeping the arms nice and relaxed, keeping them on the mat. Last one here, hold that exhale. Hold this deep. Straighten out the right leg this time. Again, see how that changes that stretch there. So I'm going to grab the strap with both hands on the right or the outside of the leg. And as I exhale, I'm going to let that leg drop over to the side as I twist over, keeping that right shoulder on the mat. Palm can come to the mat, gaze can come over that shoulder. I can use my right hand to pull a little deeper if I'd like, or just to hold the leg up depending on where you are. As you inhale, keep lengthening out through that spine all the way down to the right heel. Sink a little deeper on those exhales. Your next inhale, we're going to bring the right leg back up. We're going to get rid of our strap. We're going to bend our knee, bend the other knee, and as we take our next inhale, we're going to pull our legs into our chest, cross the ankles. I'm going to grab underneath, tapping my chin. I'm just going to rock forward and backwards on my spine, giving a nice little massage out. Making sure not to roll in the neck. And give me one or two more, and we're going to come to a nice seated position. Last one. And just come to a nice seated cross-legged position. You can face the top of your mat. I'm just going to face the camera. Lengthening out from our sit bones all the way to the crown of our head. Relaxing those shoulders. Let's do a little lateral flexion here. So I'm going to take my left hand, placing it fingers facing away on the mat. As I inhale, sweep the right arm up overhead. Reach, reach, reach. Palm faces forward. You can walk those left fingertips out, opening the armpits to the sky. So we're just laterally flexing here, but I'm using my left hand to hold myself up, stretching right through the right side of the body. Maybe bringing that gaze to your hands. Good. One last breath here. Your next inhale, bring both arms up, plant the right hand on the ground. As you exhale, reach with the left hand, walking the right hand up, lifting through the chest, the rib cage, and firmly holding with that right hand on the ground. Open up a little bit towards the sky. Focus on lengthening the left side, still keeping the crown long and the left sit bone in the mat. Your next inhale, bring both arms up to a nice T position, palms face forward. We're just gonna do a little arch here, so press the chest forward as you squeeze the shoulder blades back. Maybe lift the chin, and then exhale. Give yourself a nice little hug. Just a little twist from the upper torso side to side. Good, and release. And then we're going to roll over onto our knees into cat and cow. Planting the hands right below the shoulders, knees below the hips, but hip width apart. Spreading the fingers, rooting down through them. Just find that nice neutral spine. So you may feel the need to look at me, but just listen to my voice. Keep the spine long, gaze in front of you. And as you inhale, start lifting your gaze up towards the sky and sink back down for cow. As you exhale, drop the head, tuck the chin, pop up that spine, really push through the mat to stretch here for cat. Inhale. Really exaggerate, sink as deep as you can. Exhale. Do a few more at your own breath pace. Let's do one more set here. And when you're done your last cat, we're all going to meet in a nice, neutral tabletop spine here. And I'm going to send my hips to my heels, not quite to child's pose. And I'm just going to walk my fingertips forward, pressing the chest down, lifting the chin. I'm going to start with my right hand. I'm going to flip my right palm up to the sky, and I'm going to slide it underneath my armpit, and I'm going to reach it all the way to the left as I drop my right shoulder, drop my right ear, looking under my left armpit here for a nice upper body twist and stretching that shoulder. Keep reaching those right fingertips away. As you melt on the exhale, try to bring the right shoulder right to the mat. Keeping the left fingers strong as you press them into the mat. Let's take one more breath here. As you inhale, let's untwist. Replant the right hand, spread the fingers wide. This time we're going to flip the left palm. We're going to thread it underneath that right armpit. As we reach all the way forward, drop the left ear down this time. Getting a nice twist here. Pressing the back of the left hand into the mat and ground. So we keep the right hand strong. Just a little upper back stretch here. Melting. Pushing those hips down as you exhale. And let's have one final big slow breath here. And as you inhale, let's untwist, send ourselves back up into our tabletop position. We're just going to start moving the hips a little side to side here. Keeping the shoulders strong and stable. Moving our hips maybe in some little circles here in one direction to start off with. Just massaging out the spine. One more circle this way. And then let's switch directions. Two more. And the last one. All right, find that nice neutral tabletop spine. Take a nice big breath here. I'm just gonna walk my right hand to the center of the mat so I can bring my right foot forward, just in line with my hands, making sure my left hand is underneath my shoulder. So I inhale, I sweep the right arm up, reaching all the way to the sky with my gaze, creating a nice T here. And you don't have to lunge too deep here. We're focusing on the spine. You can even bring that right hand behind you for a half bind. Nice little spinal twist here. Again, left hand is supporting the body. Weight is in both the left knee and the right foot. As we focus on keeping the spine long right through the crown to that tailbone. Last breath here. Good, we're gonna plant the right hand this time on the inside. It's gonna be a little harder. I'm gonna inhale, sweep the left arm up, twisting towards the left. You'll find you won't pull quite as far, that's okay. Just twist as much as you can. Again, you can bring the left hand behind the back if that's easier on your shoulder. Just focusing on a little twist. Trying to make sure the hips stay square, that they're not turning out to the left. Last breath here. Good, on your next inhale, bring the left hand down. Bring the right knee back. And just find that tabletop. Readjust your hands for a second. Just do a little play here with that spine. Readjust. And this time the left hand is going to come to the center of the mat. And you're going to bring the left foot just in line with the hands here. Making sure the right hand is below the shoulder. Again, we're not lunging forward. We're kind of keeping that right knee at 90 degrees, left knee at 90 degrees. And as you inhale, sweep the left arm up, twisting to the left this time towards that leg. Reaching, try to get that T position again. You can always bring that hand behind the back. Not sagging here, press up through that right shoulder. Holding the body up, keeping it strong as we focus on twisting today. Take one last breath here. Inhale, you can bring the left hand down, spreading the fingers supporting you right under that left shoulder. As you inhale again, sweep the right arm up towards the right, opening up away from the leg this time. Again, you can choose to bring the arm behind or reach up to the sky. You find your arms reaching towards your bottom, just pull it up towards your hand, creating that nice T position. Just looking up to the sky if you can. Reach out with those fingers, focus on exhaling and twisting. Let's take one last breath here. Good. We're gonna bring our hand down the ground and we're gonna bring our left knee back. We're gonna walk both hands out to the side, right under the shoulders. But I'm gonna walk them forward just a little bit so I can send my hips forward here into a modified plank. And as I take my next exhale, lowering down to chaturanga all the way to the ground, nice and strong. As I inhale, I'm just gonna lift my chin, lift my chest, keeping my hands on the ground. Little baby cobra here, releasing the glutes. Exhale, come down. Let's go a little deeper here. Inhale, lift the chin. Maybe lift the hands. Let's lower down. This time, as you inhale, press up. I'm gonna bring the shoulders right underneath, or the elbows right underneath the shoulders. Make sure I'm not sagging. I'm pressing up for a Sphinx pose, keeping the fingers wide. Try and release the glutes. If you want to go deeper, you can always press up on those hands, even if you have to walk the hands out just a little bit more. Or you can just lift the chin a little bit, get a bit more of a spinal extension here. But just make sure there's no pain. You never want to feel pain in yoga. Breathe into that front stretch. Breathe into that little compression you can probably feel in the back of your spine. Last breath here. Exhale, lower down, hands below the shoulders. Take a breath here. Bring the chin and nose forward to the mat. Engaging the core. Take a nice big inhale here. As you exhale, press up through chaturanga, up onto the knees. And then we're gonna bring the knees nice and wide into wide-legged child's. Wide as the mat, big toes coming out. Exhale, sink the hips back. Hand, reach forward, forehead comes to the mat here. And this is how we're gonna finish off today. And then a nice wide-legged child's pose. Just focus on letting yourself melt here. Maybe doing a little rocking in the hips. A little release here can help the spine a lot. Letting yourself refocus on that breath. Just take note of your spine, starting right at the tip of that tailbone. Just envision that little tip of your spine. It's a little pointy, but it's embedded in your hips. Move up through the sacrum. Still very low in the hips. Right below what you would consider your lower back. Take a few breaths there. Alright, let's move up to our lumbar spine or our lower back. Part most of us feel any pain and tension in. They're our biggest vertebrae. And that's where we really get a lot of that rotation from. A lot of support and stability. So just send some breaths there. Let's move up to our thoracic spine. Those 12 vertebrae in the middle, each with the ribs connected to it, housing all our organs. Not a lot of stability, or mobility, but a lot of stability to protect those vital parts in our body. Lastly, let's inhale right up to the neck. We didn't do too much to the neck today. We did some twisting there to hopefully help release some tension. And now here, letting the head relax. The cervical spine, where we carry a lot of stress as well as tension. Just remember, you can always come back to this if you need a little spinal release. Just a quick little video here. Keeping your body where it is, bring your hands to prayer, and then bring your thumbs to connect to the back of your neck here. Instead of our heart chakra, we're bringing them to our neck. If you're low enough down in the neck, you're pretty much on your throat chakra anyways, that neck chakra up. So thanking your body for showing up today, thanking your spine for putting up with you day after day, the stress and the wear,
and it will thank you for today's practice as well. Thank you for sharing these energies with me and your fellow yogis. From aligning me to aligning you. Namaste. If you've got some extra time and you feel inclined to finish with a little bit of Shavasana, please feel free to do so. Otherwise, start moving slowly. Don't forget to grab some water when you're done. Have a great day, guys, and enjoy. Hopefully feeling a little bit longer and a little bit looser in that spine.